Hello everyone, my name is David Reid and I am part of eSlowDane's digital learning team. In this short video, we're going to give you a bit of input on how you can use Adobe Express to create Christmas eCards for someone special this year. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to log in to Adobe Express. Now we're going to do quite a few things over the course of this video, and you will be prompted to pause the video and complete the tasks that I demonstrate how to do during the course of this video as well. A couple of the things that we're going to do is we're going to use the AI image generator to create a Christmas card background. Then we're going to play about with some fonts and create some Christmassy themed text. As well as that, every Christmas card needs a sentimental message or something nice to say to the person you're giving it to. Usually we do that by typing or writing in pen or pencil. Today, we're going to do something different, and we're going to create an animated character that's going to share your special message via your own voice. Then we're going to add some background music to give that Christmas card a little bit more of a Christmassy feel. And then we're going to add some cool visuals too. Something like making the background look like it's really snowing in your Christmas card. And then the very last thing, I'm going to show you how to export your creation, your Christmas eCard, and I'm going to show you how you export that to your Google Drive so that it's super simple to share with the special person you're giving it to. So as I said, the first thing you need to do is you need to make sure you're logged into Adobe Express. Remember, you can use your Google account for this, so you can just sign in with Google. Once you've got to this page, we're going to toggle up to the top left-hand side where you can see this little blue plus button. From here, we're going to click the plus button and we're going to toggle down to the standard sizes, and we're going to select portrait for this purpose. So it's 9:16 and portrait. So once we click that, it will open our file and we're ready to begin. So the next step in creating our Christmas card is to add some text. So you can see that I've already added Merry Christmas 2024. In order to add text to your Christmas card, again, we just go to the left-hand side where our menu is and select the text button here. You'll see that you've got a text menu then that pops up here, and to simply add text, you can just click on the blue button, which will add a text box, and you can write in here whatever you want. Equally, whenever you've got your text, you can move this around your Christmas card to place it wherever you want. Now, you can place it at the top, the bottom, anywhere. I'm just going to delete this piece of text because I don't need it. I've got my Merry Christmas 2024, and as you can see, I can drag it wherever I want. Now, I'm actually going to keep it at the top of my Christmas card. The reason for this is because I know one of the future steps is to add an animation, which I'm going to keep down this snowy path here. Okay, my text at the minute doesn't really stand out and it's not looking too appealing. So what I can do is when I highlight the text, as I have here, you can see that I've got lots of options on the left-hand side to edit and format that text however I want. One thing that I would suggest is that Adobe Express actually adds some recommended text, which you can view all here, and it'll give you a look at some of the texts that, or the fonts that Adobe Express think would be nice for your Christmas card. You can toggle through these and select whatever one you want. Okay, if none of these really catch your attention, you can always click the Show More button and select one that you think is suitable. I'm going to go for this one, Merry Christmas 2024, but as you can see, it's quite small. The black doesn't really fit in with the background, so I'm going to have to do some more formatting here. Now, what I want to do next is I want to make that text a little bit bigger. Now, I can do this by simply making it bigger or smaller bigger by using the plus button, or smaller by using the minus button. Equally, there's a lot of clicking involved if I want to make it considerably bigger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the number, and I'm going to change that number to 100 and hit enter. Oh, now that looks like the size of text that I want. Now, also, what you can do is you can align that text. Now, I've already preset this to align to central, but what you can also do is you can align it to the right, to the left, or centrally. I'm going to keep it centrally just for the purpose of this. So there's a couple of other formatting options that I might want to do. And one of the next things that we're going to do is we're going to click this text layout button. Now, this gives you 4 options: dynamic, which it changes automatically as you click, circle, arch, and bow. So it gives you an idea of what all of these different text layouts do. I'm going to stick with dynamic because I think it looks quite good, although it's a little bit big. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to make that a bit smaller, and I can just use this minus button to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to place this here. So Merry Christmas 2024. I'm actually going to make it a little bit smaller again just by clicking that multiple times. Now you can also make it smaller or bigger by just clicking and dragging the bottom right hand corner, so you have it like this. Again, we can move this around so that it's positioned exactly where you want it to be. Now I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to place it up in the top right hand corner. Now, one other thing that I do not like is the fact that it's still black. It doesn't stand out too much. So again, I'm going to select my text, and I'm going to scroll down further on these formatting options here, and I'm going to change the fill, which is the color of the text, and I want to change it to a red. Red seems like a Christmassy color, but also none of the recommended colors are actually red. So what we need to do is we need to toggle down to more colors, and that will give us a lot more options. And I'm going to select this red here. Okay, it's looking a little bit better, but still not standing out the way I want it to. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to thicken the outline of the text. Now you can see as I scroll this up and down, you can see that the outline of the text gets a little bit bigger. I'm going to leave it at 30. And I'm going to leave it like that. So if I click on here again, we've got the fill color, but also I want the outline. I don't like that dark red outline that it's automatically chosen for me. So I'm going to click the outline and I'm going to change that to white. Oh, now we're looking good. So I've got the red fill with the white outline, and I've got it a little bit thicker of the outline as well. So I've got that nice as I want it, Merry Christmas 2024 up in the top right hand corner, and I'm happy with my formatted text just there. So I don't actually want to add any more text, but if you do, if you want to add some more text to your Christmas card, you can simply rinse and repeat this step, and you can add a text box and add some more text if you want. It will automatically remember the formatting of this text, and it will make it nice and easy for you to add any other words that you want to add to your Christmas card. I'm going to delete that for just now because I'm happy that I've taken step 2 and I've added and formatted some text for my Christmas card. Step 3 for creating our Christmas eCard is now to add our Christmas message. Now, I said earlier in the video that usually or traditionally this is done by writing a piece of text, maybe using a pen, a pencil, or even typing it onto an electronic card. But for the purpose of this experience is we're going to create an animation that will use our voice to send our Christmas message. Now, how we do that is we actually go back over to our menu on the left hand side and we go back to media, which was exactly where we were on our first step. Now within our media, what we want to do is we want to go up to the top. We don't want to go to all this time. We want to go to audio, and we're going to go to this little button here, animate characters. So when you press that, a new window will appear, and from this window you'll be asked to pick 2 things. And there'll be also a third option for choosing the size. Now, I've already selected the category of wintertime. Now, you can choose any character you want, but because we're creating Christmas cards, I thought wintertime would be an appropriate category to work with. Now, within the wintertime category, you can see we've got all these characters. You've got an owl, a reindeer, a bear, a snowman, etc. I'm going to actually choose the snowman for the purpose of this. So choosing the character is step 1 in this Christmas message. We've chosen our snowman. Step 2 is to choose a background. Now, if you were creating a character animation for anything else, we could choose a really appropriate background. And you might be confused as to why I'm not choosing one of these wintry backgrounds because we're making Christmas cards. For the purpose of this, we're going to choose a transparent background. And the reason for choosing a transparent background is because we've already created our background image. We don't want a background as well on top of that background image. And transparent means that the background will be see-through. So therefore, our character, in this case the snowman, will appear as if the background is the Christmas card that we've already created. You can choose the size, or equally you can drag and drop your character just like this. So I'm going to make this full size. I'm going to pop them here. And then the next step, once you've chosen your character, you've chosen your transparent background, and you've played about with the size, is we're going to record our Christmas message. Now, I'm going to send this Christmas card to my 4-year-old daughter because she's super excited for Christmas this year. But before I record my message, there's a little button here that we can switch on and off. And now, in a busy classroom environment, recording a message can be quite difficult because there might be a lot of noise. So you've got a couple of options. You can find a quiet space, or you can turn on enhanced speech, which actually quietens down the background noise and focuses only on your voice. Equally, if you have headphones with microphones, which some schools have, it would be a really good opportunity to use those now. So I'm going to record my message. Simply click the record button and I get a 3, 2, 1 countdown before I can record. If you make any mistakes, don't matter. You can re-record as many times as you want until you get it right. So I'm going to record my message now. Merry Christmas, Phoebe. I hope you have the best time ever and Santa's really good to you. So once I've recorded it, you'll see that this little GIF animation comes up. This is just to keep you entertained while it's uploading and generating your voice. But what's really important is you notice that I use quite a lot of tone in my voice. I was quite expressive. Now, that's really important because this tool actually thinks about the tone of voice you use and it adds in character movements to reflect your tone of voice. So what you'll see is that we're exporting. It has to get to 100%. It's exporting my voice, but it's also listening to my voice and understanding all of the expressions I've used and matching them with the body movements of the snowman. So now that we've done that, you'll see that my snowman appears on my Christmas card just as it is. Now, I said earlier in the video that I was keeping this little space clear of any text so that I could pop my snowman just down here. I'm actually going to take the bottom of his body off just to fit in nicely. If you don't see a little timeline down at the bottom here, you can click this edit timeline button and it'll let you play your Christmas card and also add in different pieces, which is audio for our next step. But in the meantime, what I want to do is I want to test if my audio or my Christmas message worked by just pressing this play button.
Merry Christmas, Phoebe. I hope you have the best time ever and Santa's really good to you.
Excellent. I'm happy with that. If you're not happy with that, you can simply click on your snowman, press delete, and you can go back to media, back to audio, and click the animate character and start the process over again. So don't worry, if you don't like your recorded message, you can simply select, delete, and just follow the steps all over again. Now let's move on to step 4, which is to add some background music. So step 1, we added our AI image generated background. Step 2, we added our Christmassy formatted text. Step 3, we added our special message with our animated character. And step 4 is to add some background music. So if your Christmas card is looking like this so far, the next step is to add some audio. Now, if it looks like this, you may need to click on the edit timeline button here. This will bring up your little playback options, and simply you can add audio by clicking this little button here. Equally, you can go over to the left-hand side menu, and you can click on Media and Audio. So two options in which to add your background music, either directly from your timeline or from the Media tab and selecting Audio here. I'm going to click on Add Audio, which brings up the same menu here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to type into the search audio, I'm going to type in the word Christmas. That will then give me 71 results related to Christmas. Now, I can tell evil sleigh bells, I don't think that's going to be what I want. So church bells, if I don't know what it sounds like, you can simply press this little play button to hear a little preview. I'm not going to use the church bells, Christmas shimmer. I quite like that, so I'm going to add Christmas shimmer in. And how I add it in is I simply just click on the text, the title called Christmas shimmer, and what you'll see is that pops it in exactly the length of time that my animation runs. So now what we can do is we can press play.
Merry Christmas, Phoebe. I hope you have the best.
Now we can already tell that there's a problem with the animation and the sound and the volume of the music. So what we need to do, we've got our audio options here. We need to reduce the percentage of the volume of our background music track. Now I'm going to try 8%. What I can do now is I can press play.
Time ever, and Santa's really good to you.
So you can hear that's a little bit lower. I'm actually going to take it down to 5% because I want it to be really subtle. And what I want it to do is I want it to fade out at the end, which means the last 2 seconds, it will get quieter and quieter. So at the end of the video, so these last 2-second part here, the background music will get nice and quiet. Now I'm going to take my playback bar right to the start again, and I'm going to press play and see what it now sounds like with my adjusted volume and my fade applied.
Merry Christmas, Phoebe. I hope you have the best time ever, and Santa's really good to you.
Now that sounds perfect. So just to recap on that step is we added some audio. You can go in through media and audio, or equally you can click on the add audio button down here. If you decide that you don't actually like that song anymore, it's really simple, is you just go and select another one. You can select any one, but please remember it's really important that you control the volume so that it doesn't drown out the animated character's special message that you've already re-recorded. For all of you who are still here, well done. That is incredible that you've been able to add so many features to your first electronic Christmas card. Step 5 is another step forward to add some cool visuals to your Christmas card. And for the purpose of this example, I'm going to add some snowfall to my Christmas card so that when the background music is playing and my special message is being read by my animated character, it looks like it's snowing in the background as well. So what I need to do here is, first of all, I need to go across to my menu on the left-hand side and select Media again. Within this, I want to select Videos, and I'm going to type in the word snow. Now, you can see that there's lots of videos to choose from. I'm going to choose one with a fairly plain background. I'm going to choose this one. Now, you can see that it pops into my Christmas card, not fitted, but I can just drag this so that it covers my entire Christmas card. Now, you might be thinking, where is he going with this? Because now I can't see my background, my character, my text, or anything. Okay, so now that we've overlaid the snowfall onto the Christmas card, we need to blend it in. So how we do that is we make sure that our snowfall is selected, and we go over to our menu again. Now, we don't want to remove the background crop. We don't want to play with the volume or the opacity. What we want to do is we want to come down to blend, and we want to select normal, and we want to hit multiply. So you've got 3 options: normal, multiply, and screen. We want to select multiply, which you'll see my Christmas card has come back, and you can almost see some of that snowfall there. So I'm going to take my little playback bar back to the start, and now I'm going to play this again.
Merry Christmas.
I'm going to play it again.
Christmas, Phoebe. I hope you have the best time ever, and Santa's really good to you.
Perfect. So now we've added an animated background to our Christmas card that makes it look like in the background it's actually snowing.
So now we've completed our animated Christmas eCard. The last step is to export this as a file to your Google Drive so you can share it with family or friends. So a couple of things that we need to do is, first of all, we actually need to give this a title. So by clicking up on the top left-hand side, you'll see that it's named Untitled and the date that you're working on it. But I'm going to call this my Christmas card for Phoebe. And I'm just going to click there and you'll see that that changes the name of this file to Christmas card for Phoebe. The second thing I need to do is I actually need to export this from Adobe Express onto my Google Drive. And you can do that simply by following some of the similar procedures that you do for sharing a file on Google Drive. So up on the top right hand corner, you'll see this share button. Now what we want to do is we want to click on that share button and we should see Google Drive here. Now this is if you don't see Google Drive here, I'm going to show you how to get it there. So if you click the share button and Google Drive isn't here, don't panic, because what we're going to do, go down to our menu on the left hand side and we're going to scroll down to the bottom. I know my face is in the way here, but you'll see that there's a little button at the very bottom called add-ons. If you click on the add-ons, you'll see that Google Drive is here. Now, what we need to do is we simply need to click on the Google Drive button, and I'm already logged in, but what it will bring up here is it will ask you to sign in again. So you can sign in just like you do on a Chromebook. You can sign in using your EdgeBuzz account, sign in and sync or link your Adobe Express account and your Google Drive account, and that will help make the Google Drive button appear in this share section. Okay, so now that we've synced our Google Drive, we click the share button and we select Google Drive. Now, it comes up like this with some of our folders. You might have one folder, you might have 20 folders. I've got quite a lot, but in preparation for this, I made an Adobe Express folder because I create quite a lot of things on Adobe Express. So I'm going to select my Adobe Express folder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Upload to Google Drive. Now, the first time I did this on a Chromebook, I couldn't actually see this Upload to Google Drive button, so I'm going to give you a little tip as well. If you can't see this Upload to Google Drive button, the problem is your screen's zoomed in too much. So if you go up to these three little dots at the top, click here, and make sure that you're zoomed in to 80%. By default, you're probably at 100%, which in some cases, do you see, it hides the Upload to Google Drive button. So if we reduce to 90%, it works. I like to work at 80%, and then that means I can click this Upload to Google Drive button. Nice and easy. I'm going to give it a name for my Google Drive, so Christmas card for Phoebe. I'm going to save all the pages, even though there only is one, but that's a good habit to get into in case you make a presentation. And the file format's really, really important here, because if you save it as an image, your animation, your audio, and your character will not work. It will just be a still image. So a PNG and a JPEG are both for images. A PDF is like a text document, but what we want to save it as is an MP4, because this is best as video. And because we've been testing this by pressing the play button, that means our file is actually a video. So we can select MP4, best for videos. We're saving it to our Adobe Express folder, and then we can upload our file. Now, please be patient with this because video files are often quite big. So it may take up to 2 minutes for this to export and sync and be available in your Google Drive. And as soon as it's done that, as soon as this window has disappeared and you're back onto your Christmas card, you can go into your Google Drive and check in your folder if your Christmas card is there. I hope that was really useful. Thank you so much for listening to all 6 of those steps. I hope you've made some incredible Christmas cards. And please feel free, if you want to share your Christmas card with your teacher and share it with us directly, we will set up a Google Drive and share it with your teacher so that they can pop some of those in there. It's been really brilliant to show you some of the features of Adobe Express, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely Christmas and enjoy your holidays when they come. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.